Okay. Good afternoon. I'm happy today to talk about politics and our daily life. I'm Sara Al-Shizawi. When you hear politics, what comes in your mind? Just lies, okay. And? Okay, just lies? War, conflicts, maybe? Okay, political parties. Okay, so I hope after this presentation you will change your thought about politics. Let's just start with defining what is politics. So what is politics? Politics is complex terminology. Politics is a complex terminology. It has a lot of definition, but let's see what those thought leaders think about politics. Mao Zedong, everyone knows Mao Zedong, yeah? Okay, so politics is a war without a bloodshed. He saw politics as a conflict. Maybe it become violence, maybe not, maybe with blood, maybe bloodless, but it's a conflict. Like conflict with conflict with ideas, point of view conflicts, war, and all these things. Martin Gross thought politics is not only a tools and techniques. It's a theory that study human beings, study society, economy. It's philosophy. It's not just a tool. It's not a lies. It's not only a conflict. And Aristotle, which is the most accurate, human being is political animal. Why he said that? Because what distinguishes us from animals? Other than we have mind, we have language, we can use tools, that we are political, that we build civilization, we build community, we build society. That means we are political. Because politics is not about destruction, it's about building as well. So, what is politics? I want you to relate. This definition is for governmental level. I want you to relate it to the individual levels. So it is what? It's a process of making decision, managing resources, and distribute power, also exercising power. So politics is the art of controlling your environment. So when we talk about power, what do we mean about power? Power is not using, it's not only using weapon. It's part of it, right? But it's not the only way of having power. Power is having educated, healthy, well-being population, is the ability to secure your lands, is the ability to have a strong economy as well. But let's have it in the individual level. Imagine you graduate from college, and now you want to be a respected, strong person in the society. You don't want to be weak. So what's the first thing you will do? Having more money. Why you will think about money? First of all, Yani. Because the economic system, the international economic system, put this laws that you have to have money. It's not trading. It's not bargaining anymore. Then you will keep your health, so you become strong. You don't need to go to hospital. You will not die just suddenly. No, you have to keep your well-being in a good shape. And also, you will not start a conflict with your family or your father-in-law, for example. Why you will not start a conflict with your father-in-law? No, because it's not good for you to fight with your father-in-law. It's not meeting your interest, to say it. And imagine like you know nothing about politics. You hate politics. You hate politicians. You don't even watch news. But imagine a policeman pull you over. What first thing you will do? you will read his last name, right? So, and you will look for like, I know someone, friend of a friend that from the same family, like, do you know Flan? And you know he's no, and we all know that he's not your friend. Just you met him for twice. And sometimes you will say, oh no, I have my family with me. Like, he knows that you have your family. Like, why are you saying this? Here you're playing strength card based on society, based on values, based on your relationship. But we, for women, when we get pulled over, we just say, it's not even our car. Like, I don't know what's the relation. Okay, so let's talk about political culture and how to be a political activist. Political culture is not about how much information you know about political history, like World War I, World War II, Portuguese invasion in Oman, UN declaration. It's not about that. It's about awareness and knowledge of the political system you live in. What is your government? How it works? What's the process? Do you have the right to vote? Do you want to vote? Why you are voting? The lower and the upper house in Oman Council, for example. And how to be a political active. Political active, I know it's just like people, they're afraid from political activities. It's not that complicated. It's any action you take to change the status quo to better situation, to change your society for a better cause. Everyone here have a cause, like make better education, building more schools, solve the unemployment issue in Oman. So even the tweet you write in Twitter or X now, that's mean you are a political active. So how we discovered politics as a human being. So during the Stone Age, human had to build a political system. It was so simple, but it was effective in that days. Like, we have a family, we have a leader for this family, we have people they go hunt, and we have people who save and put the other family, secure them. Okay, then we have bigger communities, bigger families, so now we start to do collation. And that's what Aristotle said, that we are political animals. We discover this politics, we discover how to make collation, we discover that this is good for us to continue existence, to continue our exist in this earth. Then the social hierarchies, after human being invented the agriculture, it was the beginning of the human civilization, and we started to heard about Hammurabi laws, for example. Why at that point of history the law started to be like written and followed and strictly followed? Because they knew they need that. They need to control, as we said, exercise power, control the society, and manage the resources by putting laws, by inventing police. It wasn't called police at that time, but it's looked like police, and so on. So how it affects our daily life? We are affected by the system we live in. We have the international system, the international law that's affected us. How the international law had been invented by politics, by politicians. So what is the United Nations or international system affected, how it affected us? Like, as I say, the economic system that we need now, money. What is money? If you ask, what is money? If you ask yourself, what is money? It's It's a currency that you have to have so you can buy things, you can live, you can buy water. At the past, we don't need to buy water, but now we need to. Who did that? The international system. Not so, it's not about the United Nations. The government, then the society, ideology. Let's think about government. How government form affect us. These are different forms of government: republic, monarchy, totalitarianism, parliamentary system, and theocracy. Each form of government, they have different system, they have different process, they have different even operation or connection between people and the government. For example, a man that live in parliamentary system, he can vote, he can easily change things in his country, not like, for example, monarchy. If he lives under monarchy, what is the tools we have here to communicate our government, and what is the tools we have here? So these tools affected the public opinion or the public movement in the country, and it shapes our status quo. Here's most important, which is ideology. Why ideologies and religions is most important than government? Because of political significance. Ideologies is a set of beliefs and ideas. It's something look like religion, but it's not sacred yet. It's theories. Why it's more important and more significant to politics? Because it shapes the government. What shapes the government now? It's ideology. For example, did you hear about communism in Soviet Union? Capitalism in United States, Muslim country and Islamism, socialist countries. These countries were built by these ideologies. So these ideologies affected our life. For example, a woman under feminist regime, for example, she will act differently than the communist regime. She will have different rights, different process, different political tools than communism, communism ideology. It's not about good or bad. It's about how this differentiates us and how we react as people to these systems. So the international system, the religion, the society, and the media, it affects our choices. So at the end, what we buy. When we choose to boycott, for example, Israel, why we are boycotting Israel? Like, why we are boycotting companies that use animals in their experiments? Why we do this? Because this is our beliefs. This is our values. From where we get these values? From ideologies, from religions, from media, from all these factors. Even picking a friend, it's about politics. Because you will think, is this guy or girl, are they harmful? Would they harm me or my family? Or am I happy with them? If not, I'm not having a friend. And building collation, building relationship started from here. When you're picking your friend, you're building a relation. You're building a coalition. How we consume, are we green enough or not? Do we respect the environment or not? And we can notice these differences between people. Like, some people, they care about the environment. Why they care about the environment? Because they're affected by the same factors we mentioned before. So where to travel and by what? Like, for example, Saudis, they can't travel to Iran. I don't know if by law they can't, but it's difficult for them because of the political tension between Saudi Arabia and Iran. As well, Arabs and Muslims, they can't visit مثلا القدس. Why? We can easily go to, for example, to Emirates and travel to Al-Aqsa, but we don't want. Why? Because it's under, yeah. Even our lifestyle and how we identify ourselves. If I ask you who you are, like I am Arabi Muslim, and what? Do you believe in liberalism or no, you're conservative? Do you believe in feminist or not? On feminism, sorry, or not? So all these things identify yourself, and based on this identification, you act in your daily life. Thank you for your listening. It was. Yes. So, any questions?
How about this? When you learn these things,
One
how
second.
did it- Oh.
Okay. MashaAllah. كل المايكس. When you learn these things, how did it impact your life once you became aware?
I became more open-minded. I didn't deal with religions and ideology as I used to do. I believe that ideologies and religion, ideologies only, that can be questioned, and yeah, of course. And it's not all bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any democratic country in the world right now? After seeing the situation, like what happens now in Palestine in Gaza?
Democratic means that they have a parliament, they can choose their representative. But I think you mean the freedom of speech.
Yeah, freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. I think there are countries that respect Palestine, they respect freedom of speech. I don't have their names, like New Zealand, for example, maybe Arab country. No, not Arab country. Like, yeah.
I'm asking this question because I still believe that politics are lies. So yeah.
Okay. Sometimes when we deal with politics, we deal with interest as well. Unfortunately, the Western or the free world is not respecting even their own interest in Palestine, because they killed Jews in World War II. So now the whole world should pay it, and should pay for it. So yeah, but still there's good in our world. Yeah.
Okay. My question is fundamentally about politics. We have a couple of politics people we have in the organization. Maybe people can point fingers, but so looking at politics itself, I don't believe anything, honestly, in life, something fundamentally good or fundamentally evil. It's case to case. Similar, for example, if we talk about trendy subject, I don't believe fundamentally all Jews are, for example, evil, but part of them, as you can see in the Western world, case, for example, the Palestinian case. So, with that in mind, politics is also neither it's good, neither it's bad. My question here, with that in mind, does politics means that you are hiding your true nature when you're dealing with people?
We're hiding what?
Your true nature, your true self.
I don't understand your question.
So politics now, as you mentioned, it's part of dealing with people, how you deal with people, right?
Yeah, sure.
And people have their own personality and nature,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
Good, bad, here and there. So do you think politics actually is a good thing to use, and is it a cover for the people's nature?
Yes, of course it's a good thing to use. Politics, as Aristotle said, we are political animals. we developed politics to achieve our own interest. Like, for example, like Arab countries, they have the right to not Arab countries. If you are now a president of country A, you will work so hard to meet your country interest. By what? By politics. Politics is not about conflict. It's not about having lies or these things. No, it's about building relationship. It's about building your own strength points. It's about building good for your people.
But also you can use it to hide your
of course.
bad intentions, mask it,
Sure.
and ultimately do the opposite.
There's a lot of currently there are a lot of conflicts, like not only Palestine. We have like Kashmir and all these issues, Taiwan, Ukraine.
Okay, I didn't jump that far. I was actually even your workplace. You have that sort of politics.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, يعني.
It depends on your values. Yeah, if you want to use it in evil way, so no one can stop you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sara.
Thank you.
Is it inevitable in every society that politics gets founded and worked on?
I didn't see.
So imagine we have a society that just started
Yes.
with no knowledge of politics. Is it inevitable that they will develop a political whatever you want to call it system? Yeah.
I don't know who watched Attack on Titans. Okay, I think. Okay, I think the moment they discovered that they are not the only human being in the world, and they need to deal with something called politics, they shocked. And at that time, Aaron decided to be the evil Aaron we know later on. Why? Because maybe in people, if we find people and isolated people within an island, and suddenly they discover they are in a war and they have to deal with the politics. I think it's going to be a challenge for them, but they will be able to build, because this is what human beings do since thousands and thousands of years, that we can live together, we can measure our interest, and based on our interest we can build a good future. Like, for example, let's go back to Attack on Titan. Some of the leaders, I forgot their name. What they called them? Okay, some of them, they believe the international system at that time, but they believed in that system, the system that they killed them all these years. But they believed in that we don't have other choice. We need to listen to this politics. We need to follow this politics. Okay, this system, international system, used to kill you, define you as a devils. Why they decide this? Because this is a human being. A human is a political creature. No, we don't say animal.
So
Yeah.
Dealing with clients, we're dealing with fellow employees, we're dealing with vendors, we're dealing with. Can we just like same thing here?
Dealing with people, we should focus on being good, because if you deal with people in a good way, we assume they will reply in a good way. But if someone if someone deal with you in a not good way, you can use the process in the company. Like if you have an HR, if you talk to your manager, so you try to solve the issue within the system, that build in this institution.
What would be the one condition that needs to be in place for an isolated society
Yes.
to start in politics, to start developing the political system?
What will challenge this society, or
No, what needs to be in place in
Yeah.
terms of condition? If I may, maybe try to find the answer.
yeah,
Does it need just 3 people or more in order for politics to kick in, or does it need for example, a commerce transaction for politics to start to kick in? So my
Okay.
question is, what is the one condition that needs to be in place for an isolated society that just started to start in political system, to initiate a political system?
I would say interest. Interest is the main player here. Based on this isolated nation, how they used to deal with each other, how they used to deal with each other. Of course, they have a world view, even if they are isolated. Based on these two, they need to manage their interest to see if they want to trade, for example, to get in international economy, or not, or just continue isolating themselves. It's about their interest. It's about how they see the world, and the main factor here is interest. Yeah.
There's one question by Adnan in the chat. He says, I have a question in regards to politics in general. Would you say that engaging in politics can sometimes be an act of selfishness? Because at the end of the day, politics are a means to improve one's status in society. Whether it's in politics, social status, I'd like to know what you think of that.
No, it's not selfish. It's not being selfish. Politically, to be a political actor or to be an activist, it's not about being selfish. No, you're fighting for a cause. You're pushing for a cause, not fighting. Let's not use fighting terminology. So it's not about starting a conflict because you have a cause. No, it's about to build better society, better tomorrow for next generation. I think, but if we see it here, here's how the government will react, or how the society will react. Here's the question: like, do we need to be violent, or just we need to talk, or just we need a parliament, an effective parliament, so can our voice can reach to the government, reach to the decision makers, or just we need to do a revolution, for example, a protest. Thousands of people die. This is the difference. Yeah.
Thank you. I guess.
Any other question?
Any other questions? Nope, all good. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.